Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Marty and welcome to day number 5 on board the beautiful Disney Wish. This is supposed to be our 4-night vacation on board the Disney Wish, which has turned into a 7-day cruise because of Hurricane Ian. We are out at sea for an additional 2 days because the vessel is not cleared by the U.S. Coast Guard to come back into Port Canaveral. It is just not safe to bring it back into those weather conditions. So this is a first for the Disney Wish. And again, this is day number 5. This is the day we're supposed to actually go back into Port Canaveral, but it's just not possible to bring the Disney Wish back into port. So we have a couple extra days. This is a sea day. Tomorrow we'll be hitting up Castaway Cay for a second try. The first time was unsuccessful. They weren't able to hold the ship, and they're going to try again tomorrow. But today we are going to be doing more exploring the Disney Wish, eating yummy food, and meeting with all of the amazing characters, seeing great entertainment. So I hope you are ready. I know I am. Let's go have an amazing day at sea aboard the Disney Wish and its inaugural hurricane. That was such a cool dance party with the characters. The kids were having so much fun. I was having so much fun. Oh, awesome. But now, did you know that for lunch, you don't have to eat at the quick service restaurants like the Mexican and the barbecue or the hot dogs and the pizza, which they are very good on the ship. You can actually have a nice sit-down, more traditional lunch here in 1923. So we're actually gonna have a sit-down restaurant lunch. But another thing I wanted to point out was 1923, they have all these amazing artifacts from the building of the ship. Like here is a piece of steel that was casted from the same piece of steel that the Disney Wish was cut from. And they have so many, they have cells and a bunch of artwork. This is so amazing. Here's like pieced together wood, how they actually pieced together the Disney Wish. And over here, they actually have one of like the replicas of the keel coins that they put when they did the keel laying ceremony. And this is the bell, or a version of the bell that's actually all the way forward of the ship, which I'm gonna try to get up there and you can ring the bell. But all these amazing things. Here we have Tangle, the actual, what is it, the clay version, concept art that she's hanging on the back of the ship. But all of this is here, 1923. It's amazing to look at. But now we're going to get some lunch inside. This side is the Roy Disney. That is the Walt Disney. They are exactly the same food, same everything. I'm hungry. Let's go eat. What did you get?
The fish.
Out of it?
Yes.
This is lamb burger. All right, so 1923 for lunch. First time I've tried it. For appetizer, I got the Mexican tortilla soup, which was just a tomato soup. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good, but I wouldn't call it a Mexican tortilla soup. I would just call it a spicy tomato soup. For the entrees, Micah got the halibut. It wasn't good. It was very dry. It was just very, very dry. So, yeah, not good. Halibut, not good. I got the lamb burger, which came in a like a bruschetta bun. It was okay. Nothing to come here to the restaurant about. It could have been juicier, in my opinion. Again, it was kind of on the dry side, and it just came with regular fries that are kind of hard actually. So I'm kind of disappointed in the lunch offerings here at 1923. We did have a passion fruit smoothie, both of us, which is an additional cost, but the passion fruit smoothie was really, really good.
The calamari were good.
Oh, and the calamari. The calamari as the appetizer was actually excellent. Calamari was good. Calamari was like the start of the show. That and the passion fruit smoothie. So that's lunch at 1923. Back at the Wishing Star Cafe, I got the Brew Fashion. This is Lily Cold Brew, old-fashioned bourbon, and chocolate bitters. Now, I have no idea if I'm going to like this or not, but it looks really fancy. Presentation is beautiful, and it was highly recommended. So here it goes. Oh. Wow, that's strong. Yeah, it's like a cold brew and old-fashioned. A really strong old-fashioned. This is not something that you can drink very quickly. This is not something that you can chug. But this is something that will put hair on your chest. I'm getting a lot of the bitters and chocolate aftertaste. This may be for some people, it may not be for some people. It's strong, and it is a good drink. I don't know if I would order it again, but it was good to try once. Let's see what the wifey thinks of it. All right,
Terrible. Oh boy, I'm scared.
You should be. Plug your nose. It is not for the weak. It is for the strong-hearted only. Now I'm here to report that I wasn't able to survive the brew fashion, so we are now going to get a matcha-tini. It's this.
Ooh. Jean.
Okay, here it goes, matcha-tini time. This one I can survive. This is very good. This is still strong, very strong, but it's sweeter. And if you like matcha, you will love this. All right, here we go. Time for wifey's reaction. Okay, wifey likes it.
Ooh, it's strong, but it's good. Ooh.
The matcha-tini. Yeah?
I like that. I'm not a matcha fan, but that's pretty good.
There you go. The matcha-tini.
Is to take this existing fleet, which is so successful, and to make it even better than it is today. And how do we do that? That's by taking our stories and infusing them into every single aspect of the ship.
When we first went into brainstorm for the Disney Wish, we called it a charrette. We gathered in California for several days. The group of people that they had invited were very diverse backgrounds. Some people never worked for the company before, right? Some people worked in entertainment, some people worked in hotels, some people worked in special events. Some people were magicians at the Magic Castle. Who knew, right? Like real magic makers, it was cool. We had this very diverse group of folks all come together and just throw out ideas on what if. Blue sky, they call it blue sky. If you could create the perfect ship, what do you think families would love to do? And that's kind of how the whole ball gets rolling.
We're not just picking out a design out of a book and putting it into the ship, but we're actually looking at the themes that resonate within the Walt Disney Company. Everything we do is filled with enchantment. And so it was really kind of obvious to us that we should give Disney Cruise Line our own castle on the seas. So that really was the early inspiration. But our goal though was to bring it alive, because the Walt Disney Company adds magic to everything it does. So it's not just a static recreation of a castle, and everything we have at our disposal to actually bring the ship.
Interesting to see how some of these concepts kind of come to fruition. Where does the spark come from? It can come from many different people. So when you're brainstorming with a very diverse group of thinkers, some really cool stuff will evolve.
As we're dreaming up what the total experience of the Disney Wish should be, we think about the experience we deliver across our existing fleet. It's an end-to-end experience, from sleeping in their bed at night in this beautiful stateroom where the headboard has this incredible artwork that comes from one of our stories, to walking down the hallway and trying to find your way through the ship. And you can find your way through the ship because we're weaving storytelling into the carpet design. And then you go to dinner and you have this like surprisingly interesting cocktail and dish delivered to your table that you can't get anywhere else but on Disney Cruise Line. So these experiences that we're delivering through the design of the Wish only exist on the Disney Wish.
We're looking at our Disney Wish nearing completion. She's actually well over 1,100 feet. Now, to compare that, that's more than 3 football fields long, and she's going to be leaving the building hall very soon for her main sea trials.
The Wish started its journey in 2018, so it's a great story, because how do you react and change the course without changing the story and the theme? For us, 2018, we wanted to build this beautiful thing, and this was going to be it. And then we had some things come our way in 2020.
It is such an important part of the story too, is this is a cruise ship made through unprecedented times. You know, everybody being so creative in how we approach things, because it's not the first ship we've ever made, but you can't use the same processes and thought patterns that we did before, and how we could meet, how we could just fly over and take a look at this. You know, how can we utilize technology to be able to virtually take people through the ship?
There was a lot of looking at things from a distance, if you will. So, you know, you're making a lot of decisions based on pictures, and it's been a different evolution than, say, doing the Dream and Fantasy, where we had so much time to see things in person.
Our creative team was so special and so spectacular that instead of it being an obstacle, we have used it to offer more to our guests. And I'll use the example of Marceline Market. Marceline Market was supposed to be a self-serving experience, but our creative team creating that experience of the sneeze guards, but making it look beautiful, and our team Shoreside created menus that can go with every single food around on the display. So when you order a stir-fry beef bowl, you get a combination of 4 different things right in front of you. Someone's putting it all together, freshly done.
It's something that in the Disney company we've never been afraid of. Creativity has always driven everything that we do, and this has just been another layer to that as well. And it's just been incredible to see how everyone has just shifted to make it work, make it happen.
The shipyard Meyerwerft is located in Papenburg, Germany. There is an enormous connection here with us. We were here more than 10 years ago when our Disney Dream and our Disney Fantasy were being built. We realized what a unique shipyard this was, and we were delighted to be able to come back here to Papenburg to build the Disney Wish.
I think the first time I walked into the shipyard and saw the ship, it was just breathtaking, I have to say. It was breathtaking. It was amazing to watch on a daily basis how the ship actually grew. It was almost like watching a flower just bloom day after day. It was getting bigger and bigger, and you know, it was just becoming beautiful.
But there is challenges there with getting all our equipment over into Papenburg, where the ship was assembled. A lot of pre-planning involved.
This is when flexibility and adaptability are so important, because things change on a daily basis.
You know, you have to be nimble on your feet, and you have to make alterations that best suit our guests.
Watching how many people were on board though, day in, day out, working on this is unbelievable. Always working together, always there with one goal, to bring it to life.
It's a lot of integration. There's so many different parts to it, whether it's through working with our Disney Parks Live Entertainment, whether it's working through Walt Disney Imagineering, whether it is actually the creation of the room itself and the walls and the floors and all the magic that goes into this. It's really integrating everyone's processes so everything can get done to be able to create that magic at the end. What we've been able to do, over these last, 20-something years, we have just raised the bar on that element of entertainment. And we brought entertainment to different parts of the ship that wasn't originally planned back in the 90s when we were creating our ship. So now, when they go into the planning of these areas, the entertainment aspect is right up there.
I always say it takes a village, right? One of my favorite catchphrases is entertainment is a team sport. We have a huge team of people that helps bring everything guest experience, that helps bring that to fruition. Let's just take the obstacle course, for example, right? The Incredicourse and the Hero Zone. Someone had to come up with the idea, somebody had to art direct it and create what that obstacle course is going to be. A music director had to come in and create the music that was going to be playing while that happened. My friends in broadcast, they're coming up with any video support that happens in that space. Of course, artists are coming up with logos and designs. Costuming partners, right? What are the entertainment hosts wearing that are hosting this particular show? What's the lighting that's in the space? What's the audio? What are you hearing? Does someone have to have a microphone? Is there a technical booth? I mean, all of these elements go into just that one guest experience, right? Now take all the different things guests are experiencing on board, whether it's in the Walt Disney Theater or whether it's up on deck or in the Grand Hall, all those same players. It takes all those folks to help make all of those wishes come true.
From the shows that I've worked on in the West End, the theatre that we have on board the ship is way more technical. The equipment that we have on board here is so advanced. The flying systems, the automation system, the audio consoles, the lighting consoles, the lighting rig. On this ship, we can actually operate a lot of the events of the youth activity space without the technician being in that area. So you're not going to see that technician standing with an iPad and you know what they're actually doing. It purely is making it magical because to somebody watching it for the first time, they're looking for the technician. How's it moving? How's it happening? But you're not going to see the technicians now. They're going to be hidden away and it's going to be pure magic.
The first thing we do whenever we're creating something new, whether it's just one show for existing fleet or it's an entire new ship in the fleet, right? The first thing we do is as we create, we engage our operational partners immediately. Because whatever you create, they have to operate on the daily, right? So any show, any offering, even like the Aqua Mouse.
So with the Aqua Mouse, it's not just the water slide, it's a show. As you ride your way up through the Aqua Mouse, there's 9 monitors inside there, there's music, there's lights, there's a full show happening before you even hit the slide itself and you go into the water or anything you experience. Many teams would be involved in the whole operation of that team. You have the recreation staff, the lifeguards, engineering would be involved, entertainment is involved because it is a show, it is a ride, it functions mechanically, so a lot of teams are involved in maintaining it, the operation of it. The Disney difference, we like to go one step further. We like to challenge ourselves technically, and that was one way we did challenge ourselves by doing that. I know for a fact you're going to ride it over and over again.
We spent a lot of time on the fantasy and dream when we were thinking of the wish. And we were always looking for opportunities as what's different and what can we do better out here. One of the things, and I'll use a small example, our lounge areas, guests found it very difficult to find the bars on the other ships. It was hidden, a little hidden. Well, that was our philosophy, you want to keep it away. But that's not what the guest wanted. The guest wanted to be enjoying everything.
I like to call them destination. So I want our guests to go to a destination. It's like going on the land. When our guests going to New York, LA, Miami, Orlando, they go to a destination bar. So the same thing on board our ship. So we would like to create that journey that guests will go bar by bar during their cruises.
Dining brings everyone together. Food is happiness to soul. It's been our success story from a long time.
Dinner experience is very important and almost sacred to family time, right? It really is that time to get together and collectively experience something together.
Going out to eat or going out to grab a bite is something completely different to actually dining. Dining, there's a whole, it's a show, it's a production for us. That goes from creating the environment that you're actually dining in and you're sitting down in, to designing all the tablecloths, designing the flatware, creating that experience, putting the show in.
Entertainment dining started for us, Disney Cruise Line, with the Wonder when we created Tiana's Place. And we learned very quickly how popular that dining experience would become. So of course, when it came time to ideate on the Wish, and we gave a lot of thought around what is that dinner experience, what story are we going to tell? And when we landed on Arendelle, we loved the idea of telling the engagement story of Kristoff and Queen Anna, because an engagement party, a wedding, is something that's very relatable to most families.
In Arendelle, we're fortunate. The Disney Magic has Baltic cruises on its itinerary. We've been there many times, especially up to Norway, so we got great ideas from those areas that we visited. It's not about putting names on menus, it's about coming up with a dish that makes sense to the story that's been told in the restaurant.
Arendelle, it was a different beast to work with because the main character there will be Elsa and Anna on stage. So we want to create this experience and guests can open the menu and enjoy those wonderful cocktails that will be created for that destination.
When we come up with our development and our menus, we want to create memories. A good example is Worlds of Marvel and the menu that we offer there. So when we come up with the menu, we work very closely with our Imagineering team and also with the Marvel team to make sure that our menus cascade the right and the correct information over to that universe. And also the fans of Marvel really can read the story into the menu because it is a story on there and it complements the show.
And even Marvel, they're still a family. So again, it's providing another family experience in a very different way than Arendelle. It's a high-tech, but you're still on an adventure together, right? It's a little bit more action-packed, but I think it's just those experiences together as a family. We're hoping that when they get off the ship and go back home, they'll say, oh my gosh, I had so much fun when Ant-Man and Wasp came running through the restaurant. So we're hoping that those impactful moments is something they all cherish together.
Part of my job, what I feel, is synergy. I think the word synergy works well, and today it's a synergy between 4 or 5 different operating partners that we have to really work well together. And in a hotel at sea, as we call ourselves, the first piece, which is the cruise director and the hotel director, the hotel operations together with the entertainment piece, every single experience that we build around our guests is together.
As the planner of the trip and deciding what activities happen where and when, a lot of that is learning the guest flow, how they move about the ship, what they go and do, what they like to do at certain parts of the day.
You have to be nimble on your feet and you have to make alterations that best suit our guests. We can put best case scenarios in, but there is always a few little alterations, whether it be a service time, whether it be a certain way that we put a garnish on a plate. There's all these things that we watch out for, and that's really something that we do, on a day-by-day basis in the culinary field anyway.
A lot of times it's operating hours. Pools are always a big one when our guests go into the pools, so we want to make sure that we're planning those times appropriately. What things our family's going to want to do in between dinner and showtime. What do they want to do after the showtimes for the evening? So even as, we go and plan, because we get things thrown at us throughout the day, a lot of times these are game time decisions. So especially with fireworks, we deal with that the most, where it's so contingent upon weather.
For the technicians, putting on fireworks, how much goes into us being able to do that? I have to have the technicians who have to go up and they have to load. Sometimes the weather is not in our favour, so it could be we try and go load pyrotechnics on an evening and the weather's bad, so we have to come back and we have to reload 6 o'clock the next morning because we're going to be in port and you can't load pyro when you're in port. So it's little things like that where we have to adjust, but we adjust it to make sure that we can still give the end product.
You would never think if you're going to a show at night, is it going to rain tonight? What are the wind gusts tonight? How many miles are we away from land right now to be able to make this happen? The fact that we have to be in connection with our bridge and officer team up there. Every time we do anything outside is something that you just never even think about. So when we plan our night for Pirate Night, we do that in conjunction with our marine and technical operations. From the get-go, they are a part of that conversation to make sure that's the right night to do it, it's the safe night, and it's a possible night to do it based on our course and our positioning.
And then we find some events that do really well at certain times. Jack Jacks is a perfect example. We learned over the years that when we first opened Jack Jacks and we put it at early in the afternoon, we learned that that's nap time. So we have to do it early morning, before lunch, before nap time, and we evolve it that way. We've learned and we found that sweet spot of what actually works for the guest.
When I was younger, I thought I knew everything in my 20s as a chef, and then the older I get, I realize I don't know very much, and I keep learning and learning and learning.
Hospitality breaks down to one word, it's called service. And someone had told me a long time back, define service in 2 words. To anticipate. If I can anticipate guest needs, so they don't have to think while they are here, and I can think for them, that's my success of hospitality. That's when I feel that we have taken great care of our guests.
That guests stay with you for several days at a time. So because they're living with us on board, part of our set sail message is our family is welcoming your family. And our onboard family is welcoming our guest families to come sail with us.
One of the unique things about working at Disney Cruise Line is truly having the opportunity to work with talented crew members from around the world. Many different cultures, many different countries that come together and all believe in Disney Cruise Line and the experiences that we provide for our guests.
Walt always said, you can dream, build, create the most beautiful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality. And our success has been people. In the dining, guests come time and time again to visit us. The first thing they ask is, can I have a particular dining server? It is the most pleasing thing as a leader when your crew are creating the memories where the guests come back and want more of you.
Our crew is so dedicated to delivering the vacation of a lifetime for guests. They'll learn a child's favorite drink night 1 and continue to bring that favorite drink to that child or that dessert to that child for the rest of the cruise.
It's a lot of time teaching them, obviously, our culture as a Disney culture and our brand and how we do things and how we operate, and translating that into the things that they're going to understand and making the different cultural things work. It also makes it a challenge for us as we plan things for the crew because, again, we want to keep them engaged, we want to keep them happy, but everybody has different expectations. So we try to feed into all of that and making sure that we keep everyone happy.
Joy and happiness becomes very contagious. There's an old saying in the business, right? If we're having fun, they're having fun. And it's so true on a ship. If we're having fun as a crew, the guests are having fun, and then it's just a back and forth. The energy keeps just, growing and growing and growing, and you're just growing more joy, more happiness every day.
We're very supportive of each other, and I think that helps knowing that they have that support always amongst us. On our off time, we do spend time together as well because they're not just a team, they're family. We spend more time with these people than we do with our family.
But also it creates great friendships, and the friendships will last throughout many, many years. And I'm a prime example of that. When I used to work on the ships, the cast members that I worked with on board, they're still very, very close friends of mine and will be for the rest of my life.
So I found when the guests come on board and they see people from different countries, they're curious, so they like to ask questions. They like to know a bit more about other people's cultures, which is nice because then it gives the team the opportunity to speak and let the guests know a little bit about them.
The best way to learn about the ship itself is through the crew, and every area of the ship has a story to tell. And our crew that are there every day, they know those stories, and the best way to hear those is communicating it. And it all becomes part of your journey as a guest and our journey as crew of meeting each other, and it creates that small world experience. And the fact that we can do that in this one tiny environment and make those connections and tell those stories and create this incredible journey.
It's funny, I wake up every morning and I'll say, it's time to make the magic. And I truly believe all of us deep down inside who work for Disney, I think we really take our magic making business very seriously. And we do believe that, every day, we're gonna wake up and we're gonna make the magic. We're gonna put goodness in the world. And we get the goodness back by watching it come to fruition and watching our guests have just such an amazing vacation.
The two ships, the Disney Fantasy and the Disney Wish, are actually in the middle of horn wars, where one ship will blow their horn and the other ship will blow their horn. And it's not about who plays the best tune, it's which ship lasts the longest. I think we're gonna win though. Behind me is Castaway Cay, and we are going to be going there tomorrow. Right now, currently at the island is the Disney Fantasy. So the two ships are kind of saying hi to each other. We're gonna circle around in the ocean and let them have their day today, and we're gonna go there tomorrow. All right, tonight we are eating at 1923, technically for the third time. Second dinner, but we ate here for lunch as well. So 1923. This restaurant was pretty good for the first dinner that we had. Not so good for lunch. Let's try it again for the second dinner. My review of 1923 for the second time we've eaten here is going to be the same as the first time we ate here for dinner, which is very, very good. Friday night, we're supposed to be gone. We're supposed to be at home. But due to the hurricane, we're still on board the ship. Tonight would normally be the new passengers, so everything repeats itself. So it's the same menu as what we had on our night number one. And night number one was very good. So I got the same thing again. I got the filet mignon, but they're small, so this time I ordered two. Michael ordered the salmon, which I like, so I may have ordered one of those as well. Salmon was very good. I'm still a fan of the filet mignon, and I don't even know if I could fit any dessert in. The appetizers, I also had the same thing, which was the peppered ahi, which is amazing. And for dessert, I think I'm gonna have to... There's the man, the myth, the legend right there.
See you later.
You make so many good friends on board this ship. I think I'm gonna skip dessert because I am pretty full. I'm sure in an hour I'll be ready to eat again though.
You want airplane? You don't like a boat?
It's a boat. No, it's a boat. It's a tiny ship. Well, look, it's a tiny ship.
Gift for you.
Thank you po.
All right, I lied. I said I wasn't gonna get dessert, but I ended up getting dessert. This is a no sugar added pineapple tapioca. Let's try it out. Oh, and it has this nice little ring of chocolate. It's good. Tastes like a breakfast parfait without the granola in it. But it's tasty. We're not done yet. I just wanted to show you guys real quick because we came back to the room just for a quick second. But look, it's a stingray. How cool is that? With, of course, your 3 chocolates. So we're about to head up. Because this is unprecedented for the Disney Wish, you know, tonight is supposed to be all new guests. So they would normally repeat the shows again, but there's no point in repeating the shows because most people have already seen it. So tonight, instead of doing the first show that we saw, which was the story of Goofy becoming a captain, they're turning the Walt Disney Theater into an actual movie theater, and we are going to be seeing Hocus Pocus 2, which comes out into theaters literally tonight at midnight. So we actually get to see it before the rest of the world sees it, which is pretty cool. And they're making accommodations all over the ship to get things out that we can actually see before the public gets to see them, just because there's really no other things that they can do without repeating themselves. So they have to kind of think of new content during this 2 days of unprecedented hurricane, status that we're in. So we're gonna go see Hocus Pocus 2. Obviously, I can't record it, but I'll definitely let you know what I think after it's over. I've been told there's a surprise waiting in the room, but we have no idea what it is. So I guess we'll find out together. Alright, let's see what's going on. Let's see. What is this? Oh my goodness. Wow. This is very nice. Wow. Look at that. Oh, I think the stingray's for you, and this one's for Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Right? What is this?
I don't know. There's no note with
There's
it?
no note or nothing.
No note.
I want to know so I can say thank you.
No note. Just some random bottle of champagne. But if you're watching, thank you.
Thank you.
Very sweet. For a second, I thought, like, the ship gave me something because there was a medical emergency on board today, and I assisted with that because I'm a medic and I was just there. But maybe it's from this person, so thank you.
Thank you, whoever you are.
Thank you, whoever you are.
We're going to drink this tonight.
We are?
Because tomorrow's the last day. We can't. We're going to be drinking this.
Tomorrow's our, tomorrow is our last day, full day, and then back. So, hey, you know what? You never know what sort of magic is going to pop up here on the Disney Wish.
Yeah.
All right, Hocus Pocus 2. I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but I will say I wasn't a fan for like the first half of it. The very beginning was cool.
Yes.
In the middle, I was kind of like, kind of had a very
slow.
Kind of had a High School Musical 2 or 3 or whatever number they're on feel to it. But the end was good. They redeemed themselves, I guess. I still think I'm kind of a fan to the original, which, can you believe, was 29 years ago? Can you?
29 years ago?
29 years ago.
I don't know.
Unbelievable. Like, and the witches, it's like they haven't aged. Like, they took
They look the same.
yeah, like they took a anti-aging potion in real life. But, yeah.
They drink gross water.
Maybe. Maybe. Well, oh, sorry, your poor ears. So, we're about to pick up the kiddo and head to bed because tomorrow is Castaway Key. Yes, Castaway Key.
Yeah, we get to go to Castaway Key.
Don't jinx us. Pending weather, right? Pending weather. But we did a lot today. We ate. We saw some good entertainment. If you liked what you saw, give it a big thumbs up. Helps the channel. Share this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Like and subscribe. Always like and subscribe. Yeah, you know what? We're having a good time here. So hopefully you are subscribed. All of these videos are going to be in the playlist Disney Cruise Lines. You can check it out down below. Tomorrow, again, Castaway Key. Hopefully we have some fun water time. And I am really, really looking forward to it. We actually saw the Disney Fantasy over at Castaway Key. So I got some cool pictures. So until our next adventure tomorrow, I hope you guys join us. Take care of yourselves and each other. Have a magical day. Peace.